Alright, good morning once again to my grade 8 science students. This will be the part 2 of the lesson that we had last Monday that will uh, that we'll be discussing today. Alright, so this is still connected to the one that I sent to you last Monday that I decided to break it down into two different parts because it's really very long and kind of complicated that it's better for us to divide this one into two small chunks. Right, before going to the lesson proper, I'd like to inform you about the possible setup of what we're going to have, no, for what do you call this one, para sa the month of May or June. Now, so far, even until now, we're not yet really sure of the possible happening that will that'll be the possible happening of our classes. Either it may resume on May or maybe in June. However, whatever that is, no, you'll be informed by your advisors. You'll be seeing it through social media of the decision of the municipality and even the administration of the school. All right. However, during an update, no, for our department, for the middle high department, teachers were given the chance to either to decide on either to give a fourth quarter exam or not, no, since wala tayong masyadong contact hours on discussing lessons. However, I hope that this will still consider my video will still be considered as a contact hours, since though hindi tayo harap-harapan, you can watch this video as a way for you to understand more about the lesson. Now, going back, I'd like to inform you that I will be giving you the chance or the reward of the Science 8 not giving you the fourth quarter exam on the following conditions. Alright, the conditions are, no, kung marami sa batch nyo sa whole grade 8 nyo ang makapag-accomplish ng Kuiper activities, and if the scores are good enough for me that I can see the possibility of you surviving the fourth quarter. So yun po yung dalawang condition ko. Gusto ko po marami ang makatapos ng fourth quarter exam. Fourth quarter Kuiper activities, and maganda po yung score. So, paano ba natin ma-achieve yan para hindi na kayo mga fourth quarter exam? I'd like you to encourage, no, if you are the person online, I'd like you to encourage other students to finish their Kuiper activities, because I get to see that some others are online in their social media. However, they have never attempted to answer Kuiper activities. Maybe bumabalik ulit sa point yun na last minute nyong tatapusin ito. I hope not, no? I hope kahit inot-inot na maliliit na everyday you answer some few questions, some few activities. Kaysa dadating yung days before, saka nyo answeran lahat, hindi maganda yung scores nyo. So, ganun po, no? Tulungan nyo po yung mga kaklase nyo, kabatchmate nyo na tapusin yung mga Kuiper activities, learn from them, enjoy them. The reward would be me not giving you the fourth quarter exam. So, yun po, no? So, yung mga hindi po maka-online na nasa probinsya, you'll be given time for you to finish that one. However, if you really have the chance to accomplish this one, kahit po paunti-unti. So, yun po lang yung yung blessing na maibibigay ko para hindi na masyadong hassle sa side nyo. Alright, so in this case, now let's go back to the lesson that we have. I think the lesson that we have last time was about the cell division as a whole. In your Kuiper, it's actually right away entitled as mitosis. However, let's go first and let's have a review of the whole process, which is what you call your cell cycle. So cycle po is isang paikot-ikot po na proseso, no, na pag natapos babalik ulit sa umpisa, tapos balik. All right, so we have your cell cycle, and your cell cycle is composed of different phases. Now, As I mentioned last time, it's divided into two different phases. We have your 90% of your phase is what you call your interphase, no? Which is starting from this side here, no? From your G1, your S, and your G2. Now, this is 90% of the cycle there. Now, if something goes wrong with the cells here, no, they go to what you call a secret phase called a G0 phase. Hindi po yung GO, go. Hindi go phase yun. G0 phase yun. Alright? So, in this case here, no, the 90% there is actually really very important because that is a preparation for the cell to be in perfect condition before they are to go to the division phase, which is your mitotic phase here in this picture that you have. Now, for us to be able to ensure that there will be no problems during the division, no? There are checkpoints that we get to find, no, here in your interface, which is specifically found in your G1 and even your G2. Now, later on, you'll encounter that there will be one more checkpoint that is found in your mitotic phase. Now, the center of your lesson today is about your mitotic phase. Now, going back, no, if what are the odds? What will happen if those cells that are abnormal, that have issues, are able to pass or sneak pass through those different checkpoints? Now, we have mentioned about a certain condition, which is what you call your uncontrolled cell division, or simply what you call your cancer. Now, for us to be able to prevent that, there are checkpoints that your cell cycle has implemented there in different phases. However, if the cells are beyond repair, no, hindi na po na mari-repair, there is what you call a process of programmed cell death of these cells na mga abnormals, because again, no, they are not worthy to be multiplying in bigger numbers, and they are not worthy to be dividing para dumami sila. So, dapat po, parang nangyayari doon, they commit suicide. Parang gano'n, no? Cell suicide or cell self-destruct, as we get to call that one. So, who is that gene that is responsible for this what you call your apoptosis, no, or your programmed cell death? That would be your P53 gene. Now, no, so much that we have discussed already of those different concepts. Let's go now to the 10% of your cell cycle, which is your mitosis phase. Alright, so we have mitosis phase, or what you call your mitotic phase. Now, your mitotic phase is actually what you call is a phase that is being done by your somatic cell, or your body cells. Now, ano bang habol, ano bang purpose na dapat mag-mitosis po yung mga cells natin? No, your mitosis is actually a really very important process in your body, because this is the one responsible for your growth and for your repair of your cells if there seems to be damage of your cells. Now, however, as I mentioned last time, not all cells are repairable, or meaning hindi po sila nagre-repair or nagre-regenerate pag nasira. So, this is just an erratum corrigendum of what I mentioned last time. What I mentioned last time is that labile cells yung mga brain. However, kamali po yung, baliktad po yung naisip ko, no, mga concept ko. Labile cells are actually the cells that continue to regenerate and regenerate and regenerate. Just like your skin, your nails of your fingers that continue to grow, no? And even your hair, humahaba po sila. So, paano po sila humahaba? Paano po nag-grow yung nails natin? Is because of what you call your cell division. Specifically, the division called your mitosis. Alright? So, mitosis po yung mga cause, nakwan po dyan, no? Yung tawag natin sa process na yan. Alright. Now, in that case, no, sa mitosis phase po natin, meron po tayong mga different phases dyan. So, just like your interphase that is divided with G1, S, and G2, meron din po tayong mga different phases under your mitotic phase. As I mentioned last time, it is the acronym would be your PMAT. But some books will discuss to you, no, the ones in between, and even as it was mentioned here, no. Kung tingnan natin sa picture po, yung division ng mitotic phase po natin, 4 lang po. But it was mentioned here that mitosis have 5 stages because they have included what you call your cytokinesis, which is actually hindi siya pinapakita doon sa cell cycle, pero this is a really very important process also. So punta po tayo dito at himayin po natin yung mitotic phase po natin. Alright, so we have your mitotic phase, no? So let's try to see a picture here. Tanggalan natin yung mukha ko, which is actually a picture of a root. No? Yung mga roots, di ba? Kailangan ng roots ng mga plant. We get to see that the old cells here, actually the purplish one here. However, mitosis is responsible for elongating onion root tips na nakikita natin na humahaba. These are actually fresh new ones that are actually, no, the product of your cell division, specifically your mitosis. Now, I'd like to emphasize this one, that in your mitosis phase, no, the end result would be two, all right? The end result would be, all right? The end result of your mitosis phase would be 2 identical cells. Identical po. So, sa galing po sa isa, nag-divide siya, hatiin natin, ngayon yung isa, naging 2. No, later on, yung dalawang yan, ito, magdi-divide ulit, magiging dadalawa. Ito naman na nasa side nito, magdi-divide, magiging 2 din po. Alright, so that is what you call your mitosis. Alright? However, no, this is really very important kasi I'd like to emphasize again that 2 new identical cells po ang resulta ng mitosis phase because, no, for example, if yung hair cells mo nag-divide, dapat po yung resulta po is an identical hair cell din. Hindi po pwedeng mag-divide yung hair cell mo, ang lalabas dyan, brain cell. Hindi po pwede yun. Or yung skin cell mo, magdi-divide yan into another set of your skin cells. Hindi po pwedeng pag nag-cell division or nag-mitosis po yung skin cell mo, manganganak yan ng mga muscle cells. Alright? So, two new identical cells. Alright, let's move on with this one on the next. So let's go on what you call your first phase. However, no, going back, muntan muna natin. Let's get to watch, see first yung kwan natin dito. Pasensya, medyo laggy yung kwan ko. Alright, punta tayo dito. Just a picture. Alright, you get to see here that in this picture that we have for your mitotic phase, no, meron po tayong Prophase, Metaphase, Anaphase, and Telephase. For us to be able to understand that one more and memorize that one more, we call this process here as PMAT. Letter P, letter M, letter A, and letter T. PMAT. Alright, Prophase, Metaphase, Anaphase, and Telephase. Alright, this time, let's go first and talk about your first phase, which is your prophase. From the prefix name pro, ang meaning po ng pro, beginning. So, beginning phase po is what you call your prophase. It's more on, again, in this phase, is more on your preparation phase. So, hindi ko na po isa-isahin na basahin sa inyo yung mga nangyayari dito because it's actually obvious here. Ang nangyayari lang dito, that the term would be condensation, no? Yung chromatin condensation. Ito yung pinaka-emphasis po dito. Sabi nga niya dito, no? Prophase is the mark of the beginning of chromatin condensation. Alam niyo po yung mga fibers na maliliit yon, pag nag-condense yun, kakapal po sila, preparing themselves for division. Kasi nga, ang habol din natin, yung sila, magdi-divide mamaya, magiging maninipis ulit. So, para parehas po yung dami ng each cell na manganganak na 2. So, kailangan nilang kumapal. Alright? So, yun na po yung nangyayari doon. So, more or less, it's just a preparation, the beginning. From the word pro, meaning beginning. So, beginning phase, prophase. Alright? Let's go to the transition. Now, this is the one that I'm mentioning you that dapat sana after your prophase, you have your metaphase right away. However, some books will discuss to you the one in the middle excuse me, It's actually your what you call your Prometaphase. So anong nangyayari dito, no? We have your Prometaphase, nuclear membrane breaks down. So yung nucleus nyo po, meron po yung parang wall, no? Yung gate na yan, nagbe-breakdown na yan po kasi nagpe-prepare na siya para later on ano bang nangyayari sa metaphase. Alright? Tapos so more or less, no, hindi ko na siya sasabihin kasi I'm not really very particular with this ones that is happening right here. It's more or less makikita nyo po sa drawing and actually the explanation of the drawing. Now, punta tayo sa because this is just in between the first two. So punta tayo sa second phase, which is what you call your metaphase. When you talk about your metaphase, no, think of letter M because meta nga. Now, think of your letter M. The keyword here would be the word middle. Alright? So, ano bang nangyari dito? Involves following events, centrosomes completely located in the opposite poles. Ito po yung centrosome natin, yung parang heart shape, no? Pumunta sila sa opposite poles. Magkaibang dulo po sila. Chromosome centrally aligned at metaphase plate. Ang tawag po natin nasa gitna is metaphase. But simply, when you talk about your metaphase, the keyword would be the word middle. So, metaphase, middle. Kasi po, yung mga itong chromosomes natin, nag-line up sila sa middle. And ang tawag natin sa middle na pag-line up ng mga chromosomes is what you call your metaphase plate. Yun lang po kasimple para mas maintindihan natin. So, metaphase, middle po yung term natin. Right? So, yan. So, ganun lang po kasimple siya. Alright? Let's go now to the next one. We have what you call the third phase, which is what you call your Anaphase. Now, compare the one in the middle, and this time, what is the picture of your Anaphase, no? Anong nangyayari dito sa Anaphase? Separation of the sister chromatids. Makikita natin na may mga spindle fibers. These are what you call your spindle fibers that is attached on those chromosomes in the metaphase, along the metaphase plate. Itong nasa gitna. So, anong mangyayari dyan? Hihilain yan mamaya ni spindle fiber na merong sasama dito sa taas at meron din pong sasama dito sa baba. Now, makita natin, no, during those times that we have mentioned, I'm sorry, you are not able to see this one here because of my face here. Alright, so, andyan po siya, no, metaphase. So, sa metaphase po na yan, alright, nandun sa gitna, no? So, meron po tayong mga fibers dyan na mamaya ito po yung tagahila. Hihilain niya po, no, from the sides here, this one going there and this one going here. And as I've mentioned last time, kailangan po mag-duplicate ng DNA kasi kung ano yung kadamihan ng mga DNA na pupunta dito or chromosome sa pumunta dito is this should be the same chromosome that is coming here. Now, that's the reason why you get to see here, no? Ito, dalawang set po ito. It's because of the DNA replication during the S phase, no? So, anong mangyayari dito? Punta tayo sa Anaphase. Sorry. In your Anaphase, no, what happens from the middle? Uy, hinila na po ni spindle fibers. Napunta na po, nagsastart na po silang pumunta sa opposite side. So, some of the half went here and some of the half went here. Now, the point is that here, no, separation of the sister chromatids. Ang point lang po dito sa Anaphase is that when you talk about your Anaphase, think of the keyword as letter A, Anaphase, A, away. Separation or away. Kasi nag-starts to go away from each other side na po. No? So, dati sa M phase, we call that one your middle. Tapos, from that middle, no? From that middle, alright, it goes now to your Anaphase and femur. Anaphase, no? It goes away from each other. Then, in that away from each other, tawag po natin Anaphase. So, huwag nyo pong kalimutan that whenever during the Anaphase, there is what you call your spindle fiber shortened to move the chromosomes to the poles. So, half of the one in the middle, no, followed the other side, and half of the one in the middle followed on the other side. So, pupunta po sila sa opposite poles. Alright, so, we're done with your prophase, which is the beginning phase. Now, we have your metaphase, which is the second phase. However, in the middle, there is what you call your prometaphase. Tapos, we have your Anaphase, no? Which is away from the poles, no? And lastly, what you have your Telephase. From the word Telephase, it just tell you that in your Telephase, no, dalawa, two think of your telophase as 2 is because, no, from those sides na napumunta na, no, dati nasa middle sila. Tapos unti-unting naging away from each other. Now, reaching to your telophase, no, yung isang set na pumunta sa one side, nagbubuo na po sila ng bagong nucleus nila. From the other side, no, nagbubuo din po sila ng bagong nucleus nila. So, isang buo pa sila, pero because they go to the upwards. Alright, no? Nandito sa picture na ito, isang buo pa sila pero naggumagawa na po ng isang nucleus dito at isang nucleus dito. This now tell you that during the telophase, there is the formation of 2 nuclei. From the word 2, telo, 2. Alright, 2 nuclei po yung keyword natin dyan. Pero isang buo pa po sila. Alright? So, in this case, no, this is what you call your telophase. Simply po, yan po ang tawag natin na telophase. So, yun lang po, no? Going back here, to this picture here, prophase, beginning phase, condensing of your chromatin. Then metaphase, they align in the middle, no? Then, after here, you have your anaphase. They go away from each other into the opposite poles. And your telophase po, dito po sinasabi niya na they start to make 2 new nuclei na po. However, as what was mentioned here in this first part of your 5 stages po daw sila. So, sino po ang hindi na-mention? There is what you call a process called cytokinesis. So, saan po natin siya mai-insert dito sa picture nito? Cytokinesis is in the middle of your telophase before going back to your G1 phase. So, pag-usapan natin yung alright, so, ito yung itsura po natin ng telophase natin. As sabi nga natin, nanganganak ng, as mentioned here, no, in your mitosis, that the result would be 2 new identical cell. So in this case sa telophase po natin, no, iisa lang po yan pero nagdadalawa ng nuclei. So kailangan na po nating makita paano sila magiging 2 na separate na identical cell. Now this now goes to the next process called your cytokinesis. Ang cytokinesis po ang nakikita natin na picture dito na naggagawa na po ng furrow or groove po sa gitnaan po, ready for those one cell na nasa telophase to become now a 2 new identical cell na separated po. In that the process wherein there is now the division or naghiwalay na po yung dalawang cell, no, is what you call your cytokinesis. Now, iba-iba po nangyayari sa plant cell, iba-iba din po ang nangyayari sa animal cell kasi there are some few parts na meron sa plant cell na wala po sa animal cell. In that case po sa plant cell kasi meron silang cell wall. Sa animal cell po wala. Kaya iba po yung style nila. However, the process of them separating now from telophase is what you still call your cytokinesis. So ito po yung nangyayari sa animal cell. Now compare it with your plant cell, no? Kita natin magkadikit pa po sila pero then gumawa lang po ng cell plate dito. Parang yung telophase din po na metaphase din po na kon. Tapos kakapal yan. Now we have now 2 separate cell walls there and those 2 are side by side already. So this is more or less your telophase part, then your cytokinesis, and this is now the result of your 2 new identical cell for plant cell. So yun lang po actually, no? This lesson is really very short kasi yun lang po talaga ang nangyayari dito. So after your cytokinesis, itong isang cell na ito sa baba, no, will again go to G1 and magdi-divide na naman po sila. The one on the upper portion also will go back to your G1 and again starts to divide. And this again no continue and continue until such time na yun kaya po. This is a result, or this is really very important for what you call your no, for what you call your the process what you call mitosis, because mitosis is really very important for growth and repair. So nung baby tayo, let's say for example we have just around 1 million cell. Now as we grow right now, no, at your age, maybe you're 15, 16 years old, no, do you still have the same 1 million cells when you were still a baby? So not exactly, no. Bago in that case po, kasi because of the process called mitosis or your cell division, no, it starts to increase in number. So let's say for example, no, roughly baka 1 billion 1 billion cells ka na ngayon compared to your baby just 1 million. And in that process, we call that one your mitosis, because then again for mitosis, one purpose would be growth. We also talk about your repair because, no, let's say for example, pag nasugatan ka at namatay yung cell dyan, nabawasan ka ng cell. Now, for your skin cell, yung skin cell po natin, nagre-regenerate. Ano bang, para mag-regenerate sila, ano ba yung process nila? We call that one your mitosis again. Pag may nasira, your cells from the sides, no, na yung mga okay na mga cells, mga buhay na mga cells, will divide. And if continue to divide and later on, makoveran na po yung parang nabukas na part ng skin nyo dahil nasugatan kayo. So, yung mga wound healing natin is because of what you call your mitosis. Yan po yung importansya po ng mitosis natin. And this is still a really very quite complicated na lesson is because I did not mention yet about in this process about the number of chromosomes, no, that's happening here in your mitosis. But whenever we talk about your mitosis, no, the number of chromosomes would be 46 po yung pinaka-parent cell, yung iisa po, 46 po. However, nung manganak siya, yung isang cell dito at isang cell dito, still again 46 cell po silang tig-iisa. As I've mentioned, 2 new identical cell. Gaano kadami yung number of chromosomes the parent cell should be the same number of chromosomes of the daughter cells also. Now I'll be emphasizing once again, this is related to what you call the disorder or the disease called cancer, no. Sa cancer po kasi ito po yung nangyayari, no, wherein nagdi-divide po pero ang problema po uncontrolled, and yung mga nagdi-divide na mga cell are actually abnormal cell. So, there's actually what you call, whenever your cells divide, no, they create their own. So, skin cell creates another skin cell. In that case, because parehas po silang skin cell, they can communicate. However, when skin cell, no, na abnormal, na nakalusot po doon sa mga checkpoints and divided, and nanganak po ng isang abnormal skin cell, hindi po sila nagkakaintindihan. No? And sadly, since we humans, no, eat and we nourish ourselves, no, we nourish each cell of our body, the problem is that, no, cancer cells, abnormal cells are really very fast growing, that they tend to increase in population, and they tend to eat more and grow more and consume more about the food, the nourishment that we feed to our body. Ang nangyari po, yung mga normal cells, nagugutom. Kaya po nangyayari dyan, nagugutom yung more normal cells mo, ang taba-taba naman ng mga cancers mo. That's actually how your cancer spreads. Now, just to give you additional na mga information, no? Whenever we talk about your cancer, there are two types of your cancer. Even stages, meron din mga stages. But we have 2 types of your cancer. Actually, when you talk about your cancer, before dyan, meron tayong tinatawag na mga tumor. Tumors are actually mga abnormal growth, no? Later on, natubuan ka ng isang malaking skin dito na circular na ganito. Hindi po yun normal. Abnormal po yun. So, we call that one your tumor. Now, those tumors can be 2 types. There is what you call your benign and your malignant. When you talk about your benign, yun po na tumor is actually tumor lang po na nagsistay lang po dyan, na hindi po sila kumakalat. So, mas safer po siya na tumor kasi pwede lang pong operahin yan at saka tatanggalin. No? So, kung saan man banda sa body yan, no, hahanapin yan through your MRI, your different scans or diagnostic scans, tapos tatanggalin lang po yan, yung tumor na yan. However, there are some cancers or tumors that we call as malignant. Mas nakakatakot po yung malignant because they tend to spread. Let's say for example po, meron kayong malignant tumor po sa paa, no? Kakalat po yan at kakalat sa buong body until such time that your whole body are cancer cells already. Now, for us to be able to save that person, sometimes you get to amputate that person, meaning po puputulin yung paa para po hindi na po kakalat yung mga cancer cell. So, let's try to save, no, let's get to sacrifice a body part just to save your whole self. Parang ganun po yung nangyayari dyan. Right? So, ganun po. Now, as I mentioned in your previous quiz, we have different types of cancers that are gender specific, no? Though, let's say for example, the number one cancer that is related to females are what you call your breast cancer. Now, question, sir, is it possible for males to get breast cancer? The answer would be yes, no? However, chances are really very slim, around 1% lang po. That's the reason why, no, for DOH or even different mga health institution, for girls, they are tawag nito, they are encouraging what you call your BSE or your breast self exam. Now, that is a way for females to identify, no, trying to check their breast if there are tumors or there are mga lumps, no, that they get to encounter. Now, there's actually a way of doing that one, no, by just palpating or pressing your breast area there and try to feel if there are lumps. All right? However, if you get to encounter lumps po, wag agad na kabahan, no? You can go and let it check up kasi yun naman sometimes lumps are present there pero minsan nawawala lang po. However, for females, I'd like to emphasize that please do not do breast self-exam a week before your period because that week po is actually a point in your menstrual cycle wherein your breast is so tender at masakit po that whenever you do breast self-exam po, masakit po. So don't do that one maybe a week before your period. For males, no, there is what you call also a cancer called your prostate cancer or yung sa prostate gland po because lalaki lang po yung merong prostate there's actually a part wherein sa part po ng male reproductive system wherein nakatago po doon na nangyayari po naging cancerous yun to the point that they get to become bulgy, no, and to the bulging of that prostate gland no will cause your it will impede your urination kasi iipitin nyo yung daanan ng ihi and those different stuff. Now, during the checking of your prostate for the male, no, ang ginagawa po ng doctor is getting a gloves and tinutusok po doon sa anus po at meron silang finifill doon, no? So papasok po tong finger na to doon sa anus and they get to just feel there if there is a bulging of the prostate gland. So for males, no, for us, let's get to be healthy also, right? Para hindi po natin ma-encounter yung mga different mga ganun. So, another would be, no, bakit kaya sinasabi natin those people who undergo cancer, those people who have cancer, no, especially sa mga later stages na there is what you call, meron kasi mga different treatments whenever we treat people with cancer. When you talk about cure, wala pa po tayong cure for cancer. Pero meron po tayong mga treatment. Just like your coronavirus right now, no? Ang nangyari po dyan, right now we have some few treatments. We have your hydrochloroquine and your chloroquine that they're actually using. Those are antiviral drugs. Even encountered about using anti-malaria malarial drugs because malaria is actually also another virus. However, corona is also a virus, so ginagamit yun for no? Pero those are just what you call your treatments po. However, for us to be able to find a cure for your coronavirus, we need there. Ano bang kailangan natin? Kailangan po natin ng vaccine po dyan. So, paano po ba yan? Alright? At before going to your coronavirus, no, let's go back to your cancer. Now, yung mga tao pong nag-undergo ng cancer, meron po silang mga options. Either they get to be operated, tinatanggal po yung portion na may cancer. Meron din po tayong tinatawag na chemotherapy. This is actually a combination of different medicines or drugs, no, that the person takes in either through intravenous or through oral medication. Wherein yun po, no, yung mga medicine na yun, hinahanap nila yung different cells sa body mo at papatay nila yung mga cancer cells. And we have also your radiation therapy. Yung radiation po is the use of the radiation. Tapos tina-target po nila yung mga cell kung saan banda sa body yun. Concentrated lang po na parang laser lang na mini-melt nila yung mga cancer cell na yun. But I mentioned there in your in your lesson about why do people get bald or nakakalbo po yung mga taong nag-undergo ng chemotherapy, no? Alright. Your chemotherapeutic drugs, those are what you call yung mga medicines that is related to treating your cancer. Chemotherapeutic drugs, marami po sila. Hindi lang po isa yan. Combination po sila ng drugs. Now, your chemotherapeutic drugs are actually drugs or mga medicines po ng target po nila yung mga cells po na mga mabibilis na nagdi-divide or simply fast-growing, fast-dividing cells in your body. They target those ones because we know pretty well that your cancer is actually uncontrolled cell division. Mabilis po sila ding dumami yung cancer cells po nila. So, anong target ng drugs, ng chemotherapeutic drugs or anti-cancer drug? Tatargetin po nila yung mga cells ng body nyo na mga mabilis mag-divide. Alright? However, your cancer cells cannot distinguish which is the good cell and your bad cell or your cancer cell. Hindi nila kayang i-determine, oy, ito, hindi natin patayin kahit mabilis itong mag-divide. Ito, alam natin cancer cell, ito, mabilis lang mag-divide, patayin natin sila. Hindi po nila kayang i-identify yun. Basta sa kanila po, either good or bad yan, papatayin nila po, basta fast dividing. Now, ano po bang mga fast dividing cells na na-encounter natin ang meron sa ating body? Your hair cells are actually fast dividing cells. That's the reason why people who undergo chemotherapy, no, lose their hair because then again, hindi kayang i-identify ni chemotherapeutic drug kung sino yung mga cancer at sino yung mga normal. Kaya pating normal, yung hair cell natin na fast dividing din, fast growing din, namamatay din po sila. Kaya yung mga chemotherapy patients po natin, nakakalbo sila. Ang tanong nyo po kung nakakalbo ba buong body? Yes, kalbo po buong body. So, lahat na po ng mga parts na merong buhok. Alright? So, yun po. Now, yan po yung mga nangyayari. Now, sadly, no, there is also what you call, sa lahat ng mga different cancer that we encounter, this is only what you call your liquid cancer. Kasi halos po lahat ng mga cancer po ng body natin is solid. No? Pagka nagka-cancer ka sa throat, yung throat part yung tatanggalin or yung throat part you is actually solid. Now, if you have your cancer in your bones, yung bone po yun is actually solid. However, there's what you call the only liquid cancer, which is actually the cancer of the blood, with what we call your leukemia. Ang masama lang po sa leukemia is actually we have two types. You have your ALL and your AML. Though I'm not going to mention them anymore. But they target also even mga bata. No? As early as 2 years old, meron akong napasyente dati, no, na meron siyang leukemia. That's actually your ALL or acute lymphocytic leukemia. Alright? However, no, paano ba po natin tinitreat yung mga taong mga ganun? It's actually really very hard for the treatment for that one. Kasi hindi naman po parang, let's say for example, if meron kayong cancer dito sa kalingkingan nyo, pwede nyong tanggalin lang yan para hindi kumalat. Hindi naman po pwedeng tanggalin natin yung blood ng taong yun. Tapos, tanggalin natin yung mga cancer cell, nandun na po nga mismo sa blood, hindi naman po pwedeng mabuhay yung tao na walang dugo. So, ang hirap po para i-treat yung tinatawag natin the only liquid cancer called leukemia. So these are just additional information that I'm telling you because, no, for you to be able to know to appreciate this lesson because then again, ito po yung purpose ng lesson bakit pinag-aaralan po natin. That mitosis is actually for growth and repair, and what happens if mitosis will fail, what happens if mitosis will be uncontrollable or unregulated. So yun lang po, no? That's actually ang pinakapunto po ng lesson na ito. So as a whole, we get to now have your key points here. Ito po yung mga different key points po that will be sending along with your Kuiper activity. So you can download that one. So meron tayong activities dito.